Boom, and we recording. So now, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You had to excuse me because all the shit that I just said did not record. So we starting over, right? I feel like I'm talking to y'all all over again type shit. I feel like I'm talking to y'all all over again type shit. So here's the thing, man. Maybe that's for the best because it allowed me to really be concise and kind of like get this said and get this video kind of over with. But for the most part, my main message is this, right? The hardest part of doing anything is starting. Whether it's losing weight in the gym or working out at or any kind of new gym regimen, or you want to quit something, because it's perspective, right? Quitting something means that you're starting the process of stopping doing something, right? So it's always that starting, that initial phase that's always the hardest, because one of Newton's laws is an object at rest stays at rest unless acted upon by an outside force, right? An object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. That's inertia. So if you're trying to start some shit, that means the current state is that it's not moving, it's not doing anything. Like, you know what I mean? So you're trying to get it started, right? It's a car that's sitting still and you're trying to push it and get it going. That first part of getting it going is always the hardest. That's when the friction is the highest. You have to overcome friction and gravity from like nothing, right? Get it out the mud, so to speak. Once it starts going and it starts moving, now you have momentum, now you have inertia, and an object in motion tends to want to stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. So now your goal is to just maintain, or you'll get to a point where your goal is to maintain slash possibly pick up a little bit of speed, right? Figuratively speaking, sometimes literally. And the outside force is what's trying to stop it. So it becomes harder to stop something that's already in motion. So that's where it's to your benefit, right? Why do I say that? I say that because I understand this concept. I've seen it. I've seen it and witnessed it in life and all that kind of shit. But it's all about perspective, because there were times where I was like, I want to make videos. I want to start contributing. I want to put this shit out there, see who likes it, who doesn't like it. Some people will like it. Some people will find enjoyment out of it, whatever, right? I know this. But even though I know that first video won't be perfect, won't be what I have vision as being the polished, finished version of what I want, life is oftentimes not black and white. It's a lot of gray area, right? So I'm like, my standard is here. But what I don't understand is my standard is high enough to where I'm never really going to get enough momentum. I'm never going to rock that car back and forth in order to get to the point where it's like push, right? And you get it rolling, because I've created so much stuff here as my standard. Like, oh yeah, well, I want my video to be this way, and it won't be perfect, but it can still be this and that and this. And I add so many things to where it's like, okay, it's already hard to get started. I'm adding all this extra shit on it, right? It just makes it that much harder, instead of what people are trying to convey is, man, just make a video, put that shit out there, get started. Because once you make a video, get out there and get started, then it's like, okay, now I can build on that, right? Now over time, I can make my product more progressively more polished, meet my standards. But I just need to fucking get started. I just need to get in the game. And this last trip that I went on really, really opened my eyes to that shit. So that's what this is, man. This is going to be the first video that I put out there on YouTube, on my channel, Uncle Mike. I'm putting it out there, right? And that is my message out of this. It's like, practice what you preach. Just put a video out, right? talk about what you want to talk about, do what you want to do, make progress, get that locomotive like going, right? And then from there, you can build momentum. You can add this in. You can do this. You can do that. You can polish this. You can, make it. You can take feedback and find ways to improve. But you gotta get fucking started. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I'm getting started, man. I'm going to be, or let me put it this way: I'm in a unique situation where I'm doing this shit for the love of the game. I really am. I just want. I just have a lot of knowledge that I know is beneficial. So I want to be able to put it out there so that the people who are seeking it, the people who want it, the people who can appreciate it, hey, come get it, man. If you're not at that place in your journey and you're still on I'm a party and bullshit and I'm trying to, this and that, XYZ, that's cool too. Like, in other words, it's not going to affect me feeding me and mine's. You know what I mean? Like, we still gonna have food in my family if don't nobody, absolutely nobody watch. If I get one view on my fucking video, at the end of the day, it doesn't really hurt me because my life, the way I survive, my all that kind of shit is already set up. It's already established. Separate from that, right? This is, in a way, it's kind of like me prestiging, right? Like, hey, I've won. Now I'm coming back and I'm offering this information to help others achieve the same success that I have by viewing things the way that I have and maybe do more than me, right? Because, everybody's individual. You might get the same information that I have and you might be able to do more with it. You know what I mean? But it's like, in other words, I don't have to sell out. I don't have to chase. You hear people like, oh, yeah, your channel, you need to niche down so that you can monetize as soon as possible. I don't give a fuck whether. So let me not say that. Obviously, I want to monetize. Obviously, I want to, get followers and subscribers, yada yada yada, because it means that whatever I'm doing, whatever information I'm putting out, is benefiting people. Like, that's my metric of success. Are people watching? Are people watching what I want? Are people grasping, digesting, utilizing what I'm saying in order to make their lives and their family lives better and the lives of their family better, right? Now, second, third order effect is, yes, I get enough subscribers, enough followers to get monetized. People are subscribing, people are donating, that kind of shit. Because then it's like, oh, that's like a tip. Like, yeah, you're doing your job, right? But you're doing it so well that we want to promote this. We want to support this. We want to enable you to reach more people and do better things. And, so that's that. But at the end of the day, if it's only one or two people that's like, hey, hell, if it's my family and they're like, hey, I'm watching this shit and I'm not really going to throw any money your way, but I appreciate it, right? I'm paying attention to what you're doing and I'm utilizing it. That's good enough for me, right? So I don't have to go and, for lack of a better term, sell my soul or or compromise my morals and my word and my opinion because I want to make this money in order to blah 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 blah. Like, that shit, I give a fuck less, right? Now if that's just a second, third order effect that aligns with everything else that I'm doing, then yeah, you know what I mean. So I want y'all to know that up front. So yeah, like, I'm not gonna be one of those motherfuckers that's like, I'm trying to think like what bridges I want to burn. But here's what I'm saying: like, I'm not gonna be that person that's like, oh yeah, I use this Uncle Mike 3000 spray because it makes the hair on top of your head grow in, and you'll think you had a unit done in Turkey because you'll have waves spinning and you had a perfect line, and look at me now, and then and all that kind of shit. And it's like, and it's bullshit just for the money. That's not me. I don't need that. I don't give a fuck, right? So if I'm saying it, if I'm on my channel and I'm like, hey, this shit right here has been positive, it's worked for me, then you can trust it's authentic, right? There's no ulterior motives, right? Um, so yeah, next couple days, next couple weeks, in the future, this channel is gonna be popping, man. And from do it yourself stuff, how to change tires, um, how to rotate tires, how to change oil, how to change air filters, um, what it means when fucking you get these messages from your car, right? Um, how electricity works, how to wire up some shit, how to connect up cables to your TV, like how to set up sound systems and how to set up mics, right? A lot of people that's on the internet. I think like everybody for real. This is one of those things. As crazy as it sounds, I think setting up a microphone and audio so that it sounds good is something that 90% of Americans need to know. 90% of Americans should know how to do that. Why? Because 90% of Americans are fucking with social media in some shape, form, or fashion. They're fucking with YouTube. They're fucking with Twitch, streaming, on any of those platforms. And the still the most efficient, basic form of communication is verbal. So if you don't know how to set gain, if I say gain in a mic, or if I say gain in a source period, and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, we need to fix that. We need to fix that because just like how everyone knows how gasoline in a car works, how much a gallon is, the difference between regular gas, mid grade, and premium gas, right? At least how they tell it to us. The same way people know that shit, they need to know what setting the gain on a mic is, and what clipping is, what distortion is, um, how to get clean, what they call clean gain, what noise is actually, all those kind of terms. Like everybody needs to know that shit because it's only gonna make everybody's product better. So if the majority of people are putting out better videos, then that means in order for me to prove to you that I should get paid for doing this shit, I have to go above and beyond what you can do, right? Just because my shit sounds good and it looks good, it's not gonna be enough. And that's my goal is motherfuckers been getting away with easy button too long, man. Like, hey, I just make a video, throw that shit out there. Hey, I just have AI say some shit, right? And that's good enough. Like, fuck no, we raise standards around this bitch. Like, listen, you need to come and get value, right? And no, I'm not gonna sit here and say the only thing I'm gonna talk about on this channel is X because I'm not the type of person who only talks about X. I'm the type of person who's interested in a plethora, right? A plethora, if you will, of shit, right? Much shit, many shit, different shit, a whole bunch of shit, right? Type shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, and if you don't like yapping, then I don't know what to do, man. Fucking, you know, smoke a bowl, get a joint, fucking drink some, whatever you need to do in order to be patient. Come to my channel. You're gonna learn some shit. But what we're not gonna do is succumb. I don't negotiate with terrorists, right? So when people are like, "Oh man, my attention or the average person attention span is small and they don't have enough time span to deal with or to pay attention to what you're saying." If it's interesting enough to them and it captures their, you know what I mean, focus, they'll pay a fuck attention. How the fuck do you watch? How do you watch Sinners? And when Sinners is a 2.5, damn near 3 hour long movie, you watch it because it's interesting, right? It keeps your attention. You're like, okay, I need to pay attention to this shit. You figure it the fuck out, right? Um, Now, am I saying every one of my videos is gonna be the same level of Sinners? Hell no. Maybe none of them will be. But that shows me that where there's a will, there's a way, right? No, I'm not niching down. I know what YouTube says. I know what YouTube gurus say. I'm not niching down. Um, I'm not going to chase after. Let me, because I want to say this right? Because shit that goes on the internet is forever. I know this going into the game. So I'm not saying never, but I'm saying right now, I'm not solely making videos based on what's the most popular thing, which is a which is a viable option. Some people do that shit. Some people are cool with doing that shit. That's not me, bro. So if if I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. If I feel like it's important and I feel the true urge and desire to spread it with people, then I'm going to do it. Right? Just because it's trending and people are going viral and that kind of shit does not necessarily mean that I'm going to do it. Now, if it aligns with the other shit and it's just like, you know what? Two things can be true at the same time. I feel like this is something that is very important to everyone and it's popping off and going viral. Oh, then yeah, we're gonna ride that wave. I'm gonna see if I can surf it. Fucking paddle out, hop up, see if I can catch this wave. You know what I mean? Um, but if it's one and not the other, if it's hey, this shit is going viral, everybody's doing this, this is what's being successful, but I don't feel like in my heart it's something that I'm competent enough to talk about to others, or I don't see the benefit, you know, of doing it. It's only because it's gonna grow my followers and boost me. I'm not doing that shit. Right? Stamp that. And years from now, if I lose my way on my path or my mind frame changes and I'm doing that type of shit, call me out, refer back to this video, or you don't even gotta refer back to this video. Just call me out and say, hey, you said XYZ, and we'll address it, right? Either I'll be like, you know what, you're absolutely right, I'm fucked up. And I reground myself, or I might say, look, man, literally, literally, things change. People's perspectives change. So I may say this today, tomorrow I may feel different. Like something may happen today that changes my mind to where tomorrow I'm like, you know what? I know I said that. But now that I know this, I don't feel that way anymore. Type shit, right? And people need to understand that part of the concept too, man. It's like life maturing requires you to change, right? When I was a child, I wore diapers because I didn't know how to use the bathroom, the toilet, right? Once I got older and I knew how to pull my pants down and sit on the fucking toilet seat and flush it and not fall in and all that kind of shit, literally. Like it sounds kind of basic, but literally you think of it that way. Once I learned how to go to the bathroom like every other adult, you know, in society does, then that changed my perspective of like, no, I don't need to wear diapers anymore. But before that, I would be like, yeah, I need diapers. Like, yeah, I want to wear diapers. Diapers is the best. Diapers is actually the best course of action because I don't know how to fucking use the bathroom right effectively. So diapers is viable. Once I learn how to use the bathroom effectively, I don't need fucking diapers anymore. It's a waste of money because now I know how to use. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm getting at. So yeah, man, I can get to yapping more, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this video because, like I said, the hardest part is anything is getting started. You got no matter how I'm gonna use the term fucked up it is, right? If you've done it's it's a gray area, right? You've done the best that you can within a certain time frame because you're like, hey, I can give you a better product, but it would take this much more time, right? But that first one, this initial one, this one right here is like I'm not going to be limited by I'm eliminating how much I'm eliminating or I'm trying to minimize how much time because I just want to get started. I just want to get some shit out there. I just want to get some shit going, right? I just want to push that car the first time to get some momentum going. Yeah, it might rock back. Yeah, it might rock back. and I might have to push it back forward. It might rock back again. That may take 5, 6 times in order to get enough, momentum in the car so that when I push it, I can keep it going and keep it moving forward. And if you never push the car, go out and push one day, and it'll make sense. This will all fucking resonate, right? My analogies will land. I do a lot of talking in analogies, so I need people to be like worldly, and I need them to be mechanically inclined because that's how I transfer knowledge. That's how I inform people. Is through analogies a lot of times. So yeah, man. Like that's a later step. That's a later process. Right now, it's all about getting the reps in, getting shit started. It's the same thing as going to the gym. The first time you go to the gym, you may literally and I want people to understand this. You may literally go to the gym your first time, and all you may do is walk around the gym to get a layout of what everything they offer. Okay, this is where the elliptical machine is. This is where the bench press is. This is where the cable machines are. This is where the yoga room is. No, I'm saying this is where the sauna is. This is where the racquetball courts are. That may be all you do the first time you go to the gym. Maybe you go in there, you stretch a little bit, you do a little light workout. You don't even break a sweat, right? That's still starting, right? That's still getting you some momentum. A little bit, but it's still getting you momentum. Then the next time you go, okay, now I know where everything is, so I have a plan of what I'm gonna hit and what order I'm gonna hit that shit in, right? Whether you do it in that order or not, that's a different story. But you have more momentum. It's easier for you to go to the gym because you know it's not as new. You know what's going on, right? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna get on the elliptical for 30 minutes, get a nice little, heart rate going, get the blood flowing, get crump. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start my chest day, right? And I'm gonna hit the bench. I'm gonna do flat, incline, decline, couple flies. I'm gonna throw back because that's the alternate body point, whatever, right? You might get in there, you do the first couple exercises, and you're like, man, you know what? Like, I'm fucking smoked, right? I'm good. Like, I went 1,000 a day and I shouldn't. Or my plan was to go 1,000 a day and I really don't need to go 100. You still went to the gym, right? Now you have that momentum. So then it's like, okay, now that I went there, I only did 100, right? Only did, well, I only did looks like I only did 100 pounds, right? I only did 100 pounds when I went to the thing. But I've done it. So now tomorrow or the next day, right, when I go and I'm working chest, I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Next thing you know, you're fucking TJ Fletcher out here like, I command you to grow. Like, you don't just go in the gym day one and do that shit, right? You have to start out like, you know what? I'm gonna go in here and I literally don't know what the fuck is going on. I feel like I'm out of place. I feel like I don't belong here. I feel like everybody that's here has been working out longer than me and they look very fucking fit. But you had to realize that all of them had a starting point too, right? And they just started a long time ago and now they're just on that momentum, man. It's like, again, an object in motion wants to stay in motion until acted upon by outside force. So if you've been going to the gym for fucking 10 years, a decade, it's easy for you to go to the gym. It's actually harder for you to miss a day of the gym because you're already in motion, right? And an object in motion wants to stay in motion. Hopefully that makes sense, man. But yeah, so this is gonna be video number 1. We're gonna wrap this shit. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit it, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I may just cut this shit, review it real quick, see what it's about, and then make sure all the audio levels are good and shit, colors are good, and fucking boom, post this shit because again, I need to get started. I have that's like internal clock in me that's like I need to start this process, get shit going. You see I got the camera, you see I got the mic, right? I've been planning this shit forever. I just been procrastinating. So yeah, man. Uncle Mike coming soon. My first video right here. This is it. Like, subscribe, all the things. Or don't, right? Wait until you find some shit that makes you like, you know what? Damn, I fuck with that. That's what I want, right? I don't want people just subscribing. Even if you're like, listen to me, I'm looking in the eye, right? Even if you're family and friends, and I know you love me, I'm the type of motherfucker. I'm a realist. If the shit that I'm talking about, you're just like, I either duh, right? I don't need to hear this shit. You're just preaching to the choir. Or if you're like, I don't believe the same thing you believe. I'm like 180 degrees opposite of what you say so far, blah blah blah. I understand that you have that respect. You have what is it? There it is. I respect your right to do so. Don't subscribe to me, bro. Don't, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna subscribe to me. You're not gonna really watch my videos. You're not gonna watch them all the way through. You're gonna fuck up my algorithm, right? You're gonna fuck up how people get like my analytics, so to speak. But beyond that, it's like I don't want you watching shit that doesn't benefit you just because of our relationship. I've never been that way. If you don't enjoy doing some shit, don't do it. Do what makes you happy, right? On the other side of that, if you're watching these videos and you're like, damn, man, like what he's saying makes a lot of sense. He puts it in a way, not that it's brand new, it's just he puts it in a way that I hear the same thing I've been hearing, but it makes me look like it makes me nod my head and understand and grasp what the fuck is going on, and I'm getting benefit from it, and I feel like more people need to hear this. That's when you subscribe. That's when you like. Feel me? Um, Ideally. So I feel like that's more organic. That's a more realistic way of knowing, hey, is the shit that I'm talking about actually resonating with people? Is it helping people? Is it benefiting anybody? Right? Because if it's not, again, I probably still do the shit just because, again, this is something that I want to do and it's something that I feel good about. But like, I may change it up if there's a method that is more efficient in the transference of knowledge to others, right? You're like, hey, I get what you're saying, but you need to like front load that shit because it takes you 30 minutes of yapping before you actually give me a concept that's new so I can actually think on it. Like that kind of feedback I can work on. You know what I mean? I can, and I'm not saying that I'm going to change it, but I can hear it and I know what's going on, right? And I wouldn't expect for you to subscribe or like my channel at that point because it's not the most efficient manner for you to learn. But if you're there, you're like, man, what you're saying makes a whole bunch of fucking sense. Why hadn't nobody ever said that before? Or I've heard this before, but I just never connected the dots the way that you put it. That's the motherfuckers I'm looking for. Like you're the motherfuckers I'm trying to reach. Um, the way you think is not crazy. You're not alone, which is some of the things that I thought growing up throughout my life. I'm like, yo, I'm this fucking alien. You know, Lil Wayne, he's one of those motherfuckers feel like that. If you listen to his music, he says he's a fucking alien, bro, because the way he thinks, the way he puts things together, his perspective on shit that happens and the way he can put it in the lyrics and make music out of it, it's only a small percentage of the population of people that can do that, right? And bigger, but still a small population that can relate and truly understand the shit that he's saying when he says it. Like, I promise you, 10 people listen to Lil Wayne, there's at least three different interpretations of the shit that he says that comes out of that. Maybe more, maybe less. Well, I ain't gonna say less, but it's possible to be less. But I feel like maybe more, but at least three different perspectives come out of that. Like he can say, real G's moving silence like lasagna. I'm gonna hear that. I'm gonna think what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna interpret that like, yo, that shit was deep. Like I see what he's talking about. There's gonna be somebody who hears that and is like, that shit ain't deep. He just said real G's moving sounds like lasagna and the shit rhymes, right? And yeah, G's are silent. I get it. The G is silent in lasagna. Boom, boom. Okay, yeah, I got it. Like no big deal, whatever. And there's gonna be a motherfucker that's like, yo, this motherfucker just said some philosophical shit. Like real G's move in silence like lasagna. So all these motherfuckers running around talking about their gangsters and all this kind of shit. They ain't really gangsters because they ain't talking too damn much, right? Real G's is like make shit happen. They're doing shit. They don't want people to know. You know what I mean? Like all of those different perspectives and levels can be had from hearing the same shit. It's just who's hearing it. So the people who are like, yeah, he said real G moving silent like lasagna. That was pretty clever, but it don't really, know what I'm saying? It ain't that deep. I don't expect those motherfuckers to be liking and subscribing. That's kind of what, again, I talk in analogies, right? I don't expect those motherfuckers to be subscribing and liking, right? It didn't do anything for them. But the motherfuckers that are like, yo, I see what he did there. Fucking the G and lasagna is silent. They moving in silence because they don't want to, they're gangsters and they don't want to be on the wrong side of the law. They don't want to get caught, or they're on the wrong side of the law, but they don't want to get caught. So yeah, they're moving in silence, just like the G and lasagna. Like, levels to this shit. Like, he's stacking that shit. He's making your mind like work and think and put shit together and see things in the real world. If you're one of those motherfuckers, after you watch my video, if that's kind of like the sentiment that you have, yeah, like and subscribe. You about to get a whole lot more of that shit. You about to get a whole lot more of that shit, right? But yeah, to keep this video from being super stupid, extra quadruple crazy long, we're gonna go ahead and cut it right here, right? And we're gonna see what it do. Uncle Mike, all platforms. Sometimes it'll be Uncle Mike Actual, like on Instagram. But yeah, follow, like, subscribe if you feel moved. Otherwise, hey man, watch the next one. Give me another, give me another chance or two, see what you like or whatever. If you don't, I feel it. Ain't no hard feelings, right? Gotta figure out how I'm gonna like end videos and shit. That's the beautiful part of editing. So I probably won't edit it up to this point, but this point I'm gonna edit because I'm trying to figure out how I want to sign off, right? Oh, with my saying, right? Okay, yeah. So perfect way to end it off with my saying, right? Bag it up. Okay. Life is a trip. So enjoy the journey and Godspeed. Right. And if you're a thinker, think about that, break that down. It's not as simple, it's not, the meaning of it is not as simple as it sounds, but the simple meaning still applies, right? The simple meaning still works, but it gets a lot deeper than that, right? Life is a trip. So enjoy the journey and Godspeed. Peace till next time. Let's get it.